Lovely. Okay, so if you do need me, unmute yourselves. And so as always, never, if you are not looking at this in speaker view and can see everybody else, never compare yourself to what other people are doing. We're all different. And just notice what your body is feeling like tonight and just work with that. So finding that nice seated position, we're going to do similar to pelvic tilts. We're going to breathe out, holding the backs of our thighs, send the tailbone away from us, not going very far. So we're getting a little curve in the very lower spine and then sitting up nice and tall again. Simple as that. So breathing out, start thinking about drawing the tummy into the body and sitting up nice and tall. And again, breathing out, sending the tailbone away, breathing in to sit nice and tall. And one more, breathing out, just sending that tailbone away, holding on, you're not going very far, breathing in to sit tall. On the next out breath, think about lifting the heart up and the back of the scapula, the big shoulder blades, aiming to kiss each other at the very bottom, and then sit back in your neutral position. And we'll curl back, breathing out, breathing in to sit tall, and then that little back extension. So lifting the heart, kissing the shoulder blades, which gives nice width around the front of the chest, and back to neutral, breathing out. Breathing in to sit up, then extend the back, lifting the heart, kissing the shoulder blades, and back. One more of these, breathing out, send the tailbone away, breathing in, sitting tall, lifting the heart, kissing the shoulder blades, back to neutral. And we can bring the arms into it. So forward as we come back ever so slightly. We're not going back very far at all. And then out to the side to lift the heart and kiss the shoulders. And again, breathing out. So we're very much warming up the back. And also, you should be starting to really use your abdominals because they're going to kick in and be needed soon. And breathing. One more, breathing out, come back. Breathing in, arms out to the side, shoulders kiss, heart lifted. And then let's go forward in a full flexion, head towards the knees. And again, open out to the side and forward, keeping that tummy button to spine action going on. That's it, 2 more. Breathing out as you come forward, breathing in to really open up, breathing out to come forward, breathing in to open up. So we'll add on some rotation. So we're going to curl forward again with one arm, either just sweep it out to the side or up around by your ears and just tap the floor behind you or to the side and then come back again. Folding over your legs. Breathing in, rotate the ribs around to tap the floor behind you or the side and forward. So lovely and gentle, getting a bit of stretch, bit of movement. Keep thinking tummy button to spine. Thinking about those shoulder blades kissing at the bottom. And one more to each side for me. Nice flowing movements. Fabulous. Really getting those ribs and spine working. Then coming to sitting when you've finished your last one. Oh, Mandy, you've got cramp already. Walk it off and hold the back of the thighs, and we will just send the tailbone away like we did at the very beginning and walk ourselves back down to the mat. So you're lying down and you can shuffle around if you want, feet hip width apart, knees to the ceiling. and in our semi-supine position. So feel the tailbone and the base of the ribs on the mat. And we'll do our nice arm and leg slide. So Sally, this is where the arm goes up and behind the head. What you can do is just hover the arms and bring one up to the ceiling and down instead of going overhead. But everybody else, engage your abdominals, breathe in to extend a leg and opposite arm away without popping the ribs, and breathing out to come back to the start. Breathing in to extend opposite arm and leg and back. So all the time you're starting to really think about nailing that tummy button through the spine to the mat beyond, keeping control of those limbs. That's it. So breathing in to extend, breathing out to bend the knee and draw the leg back. That's it. And keeping the shoulders nice and wide and relaxed. So that's where we're thinking the base of the scapula, trying to kiss each other, not gripping, but just the intention. Lovely and smooth. That's it. One more standard one. And then on your next set, arm and legs slide away, and you're making half a snow angel. So you're sending one arm out to the side, one leg out to the side, keeping control through the abs, back to the start, and then bring them back in. So breathing in to extend, breathing out to take them out to the side, in to come back, and breathing out to return. Trying to keep the base of the shoulders on the floor, and keep the leg on the floor. That's it, lovely. Good. We'll have one more on each side. Remember, keep those ribs down, and that comes in through the abdominals. And when you're done, hug your knees into your body. And have a little rock from side to side as a rest, but also to feel that lower back nicely imprinted into the mat. Draw in through your tummy button. Keep the back where it is so it doesn't move, and you just send your knees slightly further away. If you've come to a point where you think, oh, my lower back's arching, don't send them quite so far. I want you to have that challenge point. And then arms slightly separated from your body, and you can turn the palms over so they face the ceiling, then you won't grip the mat. Shoulders on the floor. And we're going to breathe in to take the knees over to one side, keeping the shoulders and as much of the back on the floor as possible, breathing out to come to center. So tiny little hip rolls, breathing in and then breathing out. If it's too much for you tonight, feet on the floor. That's perfectly fine. All the time, feeling that back imprinted into the mat, the tummy button drawing into the body to keep it there. Hopefully, this gives a little bit more intention and intensity to your movement. That's looking lovely. Well done. That's it. Don't have to go too far over. Keeping the knees in line with each other. Brilliant. Good. Breathing in to send the knees to one side. Breathing out. Really re-engage that tummy button. Lovely. Hopefully you're feeling that through the abdominals. Do one more to each side. Good, and then put your feet down or hug your knees in for a moment. So it's quite intense if you're doing it correctly. And then shuffle yourself up slightly so you're on your forearms with your shoulders wide. And that's where we want those shoulder blades to kiss. Sally, if this is too much, you can lie down because it can be quite intense on the shoulders. Again, lift the heart, tummy button in, walk your toes in towards your body, lift them off the floor, and we'll start doing our hip twist preparation. So it's the same thing. You're going to do swing from side to side with control for 3, 2, 1, and then extend the legs nice and long. Bend them, 3, 2, 1, and extend. Bend, and 3, and 2, and 1, and extend. So you can do this by just wafting, or you can use your abdominals to keep everything intense and the shoulders slightly kissing at the back. That's it. Really think lifting the heart. Good. Lovely, Mandy. Very nice. And then if you need a little rest after your last one, put your feet down, have a lie down, and then come back into this position. All we're going to do is draw little circles. So again, you don't want to be hitching at the stomach area or the hips. You're nice and strong, and you're just dipping the toes round for one way and then back round the other way. So you're trying to keep your upper half as still as possible, keeping the knees bent for today, knees together, and just breathe for one full cycle, and then breathe for the other full cycle. That's it. If it's feeling any pulling on your back, bend the knees in closer to your body. That's it, fabulous. One more in one direction and one more in the other. And then you can lie down, hug your knees in, have a little rock from side to side. So you're feeling these abdominals working quite heftily. Oh, lovely. From there, we're staying with that nice imprint of our lower back into the mat. And we're going to take those legs ever so slightly away again to the point that you've really got to hold down through those deep abdominal muscles. And we'll toe tap. So shoulders wide and relaxed. One toe taps down as you breathe in and breathe out to bring it back. And once you've got into a little rhythm, take your intention and your noticing, or your attention even, to the back of your legs. So a little bum squeeze as you tap that toe down, all the time keeping that imprint. So those abdominals are working really heftily. Nice and slowly, we're not trying to pull any muscles. We're keeping everything nice and safe. That's it, breathing in to tap, breathing out to return. That's it, lovely. Nice and controlled. Good. One more on each side. And then hug your knees in, have a little breather. And then we will do exactly the same thing. Reassert your abdominal connection, take your knees away, turn them out so your toes are together, making a little frog leg or diamond. And we'll do the same thing, just tapping down with the knees turned out. Really, the attention is through the abdominals and the tummy button for this one, just allowing one leg to stay still and one leg to tap down. And again, if you feel any Arching of the lower back, pulling of the lower back. Bring the knees in closer to your body. Have a rest as well, whenever you want to. One more on each side. And then finish off in that diamond position. We're going to keep one knee where it is and just extend one leg and back. So we're learning to give a little stretch all the time, keeping those abs nailed through to the mat. Extending and bending, one leg at a time, getting a little stretch. That's it. Good, Sally. Everyone's looking so stable. That's fabulous. One more. And then lie back, hug your knees in. And we'll move on to leg circles. So as always, choices. You can either work with bent legs and just do 8 circles in each direction, stirring pain to the hip. Or again, nice long legs. Either way, you're trying to keep your body as stable as possible. So still using the abs, so the tummy button nailing through the body into the floor beyond the mat. Keeping the body as stable as you can. Allowing the shoulders to be relaxed. If you find your chin's way up to the ceiling, just give the back of your neck a little bit more length. And for this one, everyone will work at their own pace and their own breath pattern. So please do, when you finish, just hug your knees in so I can see who's done. That's it, lovely Maud. Good, Debbie. That's lovely, Mandy. Just slow it down again. Fab. Those that you have done, just breathe. Enjoy the moment of calm before it all kicks off again. Everybody else, do not panic. Just carry on. Breathing, breathing. Fab. And then feet can come back down onto the mat, hands behind our head. We will do our chest lift. So again, keeping the lower half stable, breathing out, nod the chin, head heavy in the hands, tummy button through the body to slide the ribs forward, and breathing in to place the upper body back down again. So no arching of the back, no shifting of the back or the front, concertinaing together, coming up as high as you can, but only as far as you can without moving the pelvis, keeping the tailbone firmly earthed onto the mat, breathing out to curl forward and breathing in to return to the mat. And if you think breathing out, as you breathe out, draw the tummy button into the body. That's it. So we're activating those deep, deep muscles. That's it. Lovely. Good. That's it. Keeping the elbows nice and wide. Make sure the head is pressing into the hands to avoid any pulling on the neck. And then in your next lift, stay up there and bring one leg off the floor if you're happy to. You can keep them down if you want. Return the upper body and then breathing out, curl up and bring the other leg up. Return the upper body. This time as we curl up, extend the legs away. As you breathe out, Breathe in, bend the knees in again and return the upper body. So breathing out, extending the leg and breathing in to return. All the time, keeping the ribs knitted, concertinaing in and back and breathing out. That's it, lovely. Keeping those elbows wide, shoulders relaxed. All the work's happening through our core. This time, keep it up if you can, hands behind the head, and just do 3 little circles in opposite directions with the legs. If you're happy, if it's not hurting the back, otherwise hug your knees in, and 3 the other way. 2, 1, wonderful. And then draw the knees in and have a moment to gather your thoughts. Because there's no rest for the wicked, we're on to single leg stretch. So nodding the chin, curling up, tummy button through the body, press the shins away. So you're coming into that nice little curve forward. And we'll extend one leg, keep one knee bent, and then change. So remember, we're trying to keep the chest coming towards the knee, and the knee is at 90 degrees. So it doesn't come too far into the body. Otherwise, it becomes easier, and we really want to challenge those abdominals. And we'll do 10 and 9 and 8. Keep breathing. And 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Lovely. Hug the knees into the chest for a moment, because we'll add on our straight leg stretch into that little routine. So nodding the chin, breathing out, curling forward, press the shins away to bring you up into your little ball shape. And we're going to extend and change for 3 and 2 and 1. The long legs coming to the ceiling for 3 and 2 and 1. And then change for 3 and 2 and 1. Other leg should be long and up and down and up and down and up and down, and 3 and 2 and 1 and up and down and up and down and up and down. Good, keep going. And 2 and 1. So keep curling forward, keep those abs nailing down to the mat. Final time, and again 3 and 2 and 1. Long leg ceiling. Da 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 and da da da, and then lie back and hug your knees in. Have a little breather. Brilliant. Hopefully those abs are definitely working by now. We have our pièce de résistance, my most hated exercise in the whole wide world. So I'll give you a choice. Either just the standard oblique twist where you rotate and curl up the armpit to the opposite knee. Otherwise, we will do the Pilates crisscross. So coming up into that curvature, knees away, we will do our single leg stretch with rotation. So elbows wide, and again, back elbow to the bent knee, sending the long leg away. So choose your weapon of choice, keeping the body as stable as you can. So we're trying not to rock from side to side, even though we're rotating that upper body to the bent knee. And we're trying to get the upper body towards the knee and not the knee to the upper body. So Sally, keep your knees slightly further away from your body as they come in. That's it. And you have to curl up that little bit higher. Yes, Lord, good. That's it, Debbie, good. That's it, Mandy. You can have a little rest in between. You don't have to rock from side to side, Mandy, on that one. Try a few more if you're still going. Otherwise, yes, hug your knees in, have a breather, because it is the most hideous thing in the whole wide world. I totally understand. Oh, fabulous, Maud. Well done. Oh, right. Let's have a breather. We will take our attention away from the front of the bodies, although of course they'll be involved, to the back, and do some bridging. So reset yourself up, shoulders nice and wide. If you've got anything behind your head, I don't think anybody has, get rid of it. Give your neck a little bit of a pull So it's nice and long and your chin is nicely nodded. And then we think breathing out, narrow, squeeze the bum, lift and extend into a nice long line. So from shoulder through to knees, and then karate chop to come back down nice and smoothly. So breathing out, narrow, squeeze and lift and think lengthening away. So we're not into the yoga bridge of getting back extension. It's just a nice long line. So breathing out to narrow and lift. That's it, gorgeous. And come down again. As always, if you find you're cramping, you can bring your legs further in towards your body. And you want to imagine I'm in the room with you and I'm pulling the front of your legs and your knees slightly away from you as you come up. So you're really getting some length through the top of your body. That's looking fabulous, everyone. Far too easy. 2 more. Good. And then on your next one, breathing out, squeeze and lift. If you're happy to, we're going to lift one leg, extend it away, and do 5 circles. They can be teeny tiny because you don't want to move the body too much in each direction. And just breathe through it, trying to keep the shoulders as relaxed as possible and wide. And then come down in between. Sorry, I came down far too soon looking at you. Ready to go up again, making sure in a nice, strong position. Squeezing the standing leg, extending the other leg. And again, 5 circles in each direction. And then you can place your foot down and come back down when you finish those. Nice and slow. And keep things as small as you can control. That's it. Good. Do another set on each leg. And just keep breathing. Keep that neck nice and released. Make sure just up on the shoulder blade level. Think about the back of the shoulders kissing together to give your extra strength up the top of your back. And all that work squeezing through the glutes. And then when you've done, just lie back, hug your knees in again, so I can see who's finished and we'll set up for the full Pilates bridge. Just a few because we can. So this is where we come up into the nice long bridge. Again, if you're happy to, extend the leg to the ceiling and 3 lift and lowers to knee height. Finishing with the leg in the ceiling, then putting the bum down, then putting the leg down, ready to go up again. And you're thinking really long, long limbs, straight back of the knee. And try not to dip the bottom when you lift and lower the leg. So we're really challenging the strength of the standing leg. So you think up and squeezing with that standing leg bum. That's it, good Maud. Lovely, Mandy, good, Sally. That's it, Debbie, really stable, lovely. Balance yourselves up, so either one more on the other side or whatever you need to do. It's looking so good. Keeping those shoulders nice and relaxed. And then we will continue our focus on the back chain of the body. Sally, this might be again a bit much on your shoulders, but I will leave it up to you. You can do it lying down. We're going to do some back planking. So if you do stay down, you can bend the elbows, squeeze the bum and lift. So you're just hovering, you'll still get a load of work around the back of the body. If everybody's happy to, you can start on the forearms and just squeeze the bum and lift. But I find that quite painful on my shoulders. So for me, and the way my body's put together, I find it easier to have the full long arm. So it really depends how you're feeling tonight. So we're coming up, squeezing the bum, thinking about the back of those shoulder blades, lightly kissing together. So just holding it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back down. Okay, so everyone looks very stable there, which is good. So as I said, it's kissing of the shoulder blades, it's tummy to spine, squeezing the bum to come up. And then let's flex the feet and point the feet, just so we have a little bit of movement and something to challenge our stability. That's it, just a little bit of rocking. So you're trying to keep the bum up and then come down again. Give the whatever they are, wrists and shoulders a little bit of a shake in between. And we'll do one more set, just, I can stop saying just, by trying to walk one leg in towards the bottom and extend it away. And again, it's that changeover. You're trying to stop any sort of hitching as you do this. You want to keep the bum squeezing going. Great for us runners. And the hamstrings. Yes. One more set. And then come down. Release the wrists. And if you want to have a little stretch of the shoulders as well, just hug it across the body. Breathe, 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 and then change sides. Wonderful. While we're sitting up, we might as well have a little stretch forward as well. So again, get rid of any excess bottom so you can feel your sit bones. And different options here. Ideally nice long legs, and you want to think the back of the knees reaching through the mat. If you want to, you can have knees bent up, or if you want to sit on something a little bit higher like a block, feel free to do that. Arms out in front. They stay on the level they're at. Draw them into the shoulders, the shoulder blades slightly kissing at the back. And then we breathe out, think drawing the tummy button into the body, sending the tailbone away at the same time we're reaching those arms on the same level as if they're sweeping across the table, and the head reaching between the arms, and then breathing in to sit up nice and tall again to start. Nice flat back. So breathing out, think first drawing the tummy into the body, sending the tailbone underneath us, reaching forward. I like to say we end up like a human hairpin, that type of shape we're looking for. Trying to get some movement and stretch in the middle back. That's it, breathing out, reaching forward. Really use your breath. It really does help. Breathing in to sit up. That's looking lovely, good. Really try and reach forward at the same time as you're being pulled back through the tummy. It's a two-way stretch, but it is rather lush. And do 2 more for me. Breathing out, drawing that tummy button into the body. That's it. And the other thing, think about also sending the tailbone underneath you like we did at the beginning. Just give that little extra bit of oomph to it. Lovely. And sit up and bend the knees. Keeping hold of your sides with a nice straight back. Actually, might want to shuffle forward. Make sure you've got some space behind you and you're not going to whack your head on anything because we're going to roll like a ball, but set it up a different way. So holding onto the sides, hinge with a flat back Then send the tailbone away ever so slightly. Hold it there. Walk your toes into the body until that point they've got to come off, at which point you put your hands on the outside of the ankles. And we're just going to rock forward and back ever so slightly, keeping the tummy button drawing into the body, keeping the chin and head ever so slightly nodded. We're challenging our balance. And then when you're happy to, just roll it back to your shoulders and come back to your balance point. So we're trying to keep in that ball shape, keeping the movement as slow and controlled as you possibly can. Trying not to put the feet down when you finish. So it's all the stuff we've warmed up on. That's it, well done. It's that sending the tailbone away, pubic bone towards you, keeping the C curve, keeping the flexion of the back all the way. That's it, Debbie, lovely, good. Good, Sally, well held. Good, Maud. I was going to say, Mandy, you haven't lost it, but it wasn't your fault. You're being sabotaged. Good, a couple more. That's it, keep the chin in, Sally, that's it, brilliant. Lovely. And then finish sitting up, although we will just walk the feet in and allow ourselves to roll down onto the ground. And again, make sure there's room behind you. You might do some rollover tonight. I think you're all going to be good at this. So let's have the preparation first. Bring one leg into tabletop, then the other. Cross the ankles. And you want to, if you want to, you can press your arms into the ground because we're going to just send the pubic bone towards the chest and lift the bottom off the mat, keeping the shoulders wide and trying to keep the upper body relaxed. It's all the work again coming through the abdominals. That's it. Lovely. That's it. Good. Wow. You're all making that look easy. I used to find that so hard, much harder than the real exercise. So let's try a rollover as you're all doing that brilliantly. So again, make sure that you've got room behind you. Bring one leg into tabletop, then the other. Extend them out nice and long. And then as you breathe out, bring your legs towards your chest. Bring them over your head. If you can, you're just on your shoulder blades. You can move your head, separate the legs, tummy button to spine to gradually roll back down again to that starting position. So breathing in, separate the legs, and breathing out to come back down. Let me have a good old watch, good. Make sure you don't take them too far over, just to a point that you're happy you can control, or stick with the preparation. That's it. Good, well done, Sally. That's it, so really drawing through the tummy button. That's it, Debbie, that's fine, good. Well done. See, I feel so bad, you all look like you just want a nice snooze. Oh, fabulous. Okay, while you're lying down, roll over onto your front and we'll start some work through our upper back. And we'll have a lovely, lovely arrow. So you want your legs slightly separated, the front of the sides on the mat. Think about earthing the pubic bone down and the arms by your side. So you're hovering your nose on the mat. Shoulders, allow them for this one to roll forward onto the mat. And then as we breathe in, I want you to lift the shoulders away from the mat. And here, halfway point, think about the backs of the shoulders kissing towards each other. And then reach them down your back so you hover your arms. That will then lift the upper body, crown of the head reaching away. As you breathe in, rotate the arms in the shoulders so the thumbs end up facing the ceiling. And breathing out, come back down to the starting point. So we're taking a lot slower than even normal. Breathing in, lifting the shoulders. I really want you to think about those shoulder blades reaching and kissing towards each other before reaching your arms further towards your toes to lift the upper body in a nice long line, breathing in to rotate the arms, thumbs to the ceiling, and breathing out, coming back down. And again, you shouldn't feel anything in your lower back. So if you do, think about pressing your pubic bone a little bit more into the mat, working through, lifting the shoulders, kissing the shoulder blades together, reaching and extending, hovering crown of head away. That's it, Mandy. That's lovely. Good. That's it, Sally. It might be camera angle, Sally, but keep the chin nodded and don't take the arms so high. We're thinking a nice long line. That's it. Good, Debbie. That's it, Maud. Again, you don't need to come up so high with the upper body. Think lengthening away. And it's like, I suppose, the heart reaching up to the chin and through the crown of the head. Almost like Superman when he's going through the sky. That type of ballistic arrow. Fabulous, lovely. That's it. Gorgeous. One more. And then if you need to sit back into a child pose in between, if there's been any tension in the lower back, please do so. Otherwise, we'll move on to Cobra. So you can take your legs slightly separated and turn them out so you're resting on your big toe joints. Elbows bent and your hands are probably about head level because we're going to keep it very simple today. Again, thinking pressing the pubic bone into the mat, squeezing the bum, thinking drawing the shoulder blades down the back, kissing them behind you. Tummy button draws in, and again, heart is lifting up through the head and crown of the head. So we're staying with bent elbows tonight. I really want to focus on getting the scapula, those big shoulder blades, and the front of the body working. So we're finding length. There should be a little stretch from tummy button up the front of your body. So just some very nice, small, slow and controlled lifts and lowers. And if you're feeling nothing in your lower back, you can extend the arms so they're straight. It really depends what you want to do. But I'm quite happy for you to keep them on the floor and just get the stretch through the upper body, really focusing on those shoulder blades, getting some movement through them. That's it, looking very smooth, Sally. Lovely, Maud. Mandy, that's gorgeous. Debbie, that looks like hard work. That's brilliant. One more. And then again, sit back into a child pose in between. And then coming back down, we'll have the same arms as the arrow. So by our sides, palms facing upwards, find that point where the shoulder blades are away from the ears and kiss so you're hovering your arms off the mat. Want you to squeeze the bottom and lift the legs. And then we'll do swimming. So imagining you're in flippers, opposite arm and legs lifting and lowering or tapping down. It feels different to the standard swimming. having to control your body, trying not to let it rock from side to side, keeping the legs long, 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 keeping the chins nodded, hovering both ends off the floor ever so slightly. And then if your shoulders are happy to, while you're moving your legs, you can take your arms out into a T, bring them forward, and then do full swimming again, keeping the body as stable as possible without rocking from side to side. That's it for a count of 10, 9, 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Wonderful. And sit back into a child pose if you need to release the back. Lovely. Okie dokie. In that case, let's work on our side. So pick a side to work on first. I'm going to try and do it on my other side. So apologies if my earpiece goes all crackly. We'll start with our double leg lift. So you want to think lying on one hip with the other hip directly over it. Long underneath arm if you can, if not, just have it bent underneath you. And draw the underneath shoulder blade down and lift the underneath waist. As we breathe out, we're going to lift the legs and hover the head off the floor if you can, looking at the mat, and then breathing in to place your body down. So breathing out to lift and hover, breathing in to come down. You want to be able to see the legs out of the corner of your eye. So if you're lifting them and you're rocking forward, they go behind you and pull your back, which we don't want. So it's very much a case of keeping things long and low again and making sure you're keeping control through the abdominals, through the underneath waist, through the shoulders being relaxed. You can either have a hand in front for balance or on the side of your body as you're all doing, looking very, very cool, calm and collected. That's it. Lovely. Looking very nice. So our attention is on the inner thigh of that bottom leg, doing some of the work. 2 more. Breathing out. Lifting, that's it. And lowering. Final time, lift both legs. Keep them there if you can. You can put your head down, I don't mind. Lift the top leg a little bit higher. And we'll do 5 little circles in each direction on this leg. So that's a nice little balancy challenge. Good. And then when you've done, lie back down. Top leg isn't out of the woods yet. We're going to lift it back to hip height to starters. Then we're going to do 2 taps forward, lift it up to the side, and 2 taps behind. So a lot of bum squeezing going on. Trying again not to rock the body. You can take the leg as high as it will go in the middle, but you don't want to sort of sink into the mat. And you want the foot to stay exactly where it starts off. So no pointing and leading with it. It's just there. It's a squeezing the inner thigh, doing our little hot potato, getting some burn through the hip. That's it. 1 more in front. 1 more behind. And again, lifting the top leg to hip height, holding it there, thinking someone's pulling it away from you, and then squeezing the underneath leg up and lowering it down. Breathing out to squeeze it up, breathing in to lower it down. That's it. So keeping the shoulders relaxed. Thinking, drawing that underneath waist away from the mat. Good. Looking very nice. 1 more. And then roll over onto the other side, ready to do it all again. So setting yourself up for success, either arm bent underneath you if it's causing problems with the shoulder, but ideally long, then drawing it away from the ears, shoulder over shoulder, hip over hip. And when you're ready to go, engaging the underneath waist, breathing out to lift both legs and arm, head even, and breathing in to place everything down again. So any tension in the neck, just make sure you're looking at the floor. That's it. Again, Maud, you don't need to come up quite so high. Feel free just to think even extra length. That's it. Lovely. So breathing out to lift. Really find the engagement through the inner sides of the legs and that underneath leg doing some of the work. Trying to keep the shoulders relaxed and away from the ears. Good. That's lovely. One more. Breathing out to lift. And breathing in to lower. Then I said we breathe out, lift, then lift the top leg even higher. And 5 little circles in each direction. Challenging the balance, challenging your abs, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Getting more work through the hip and bottom area. That's it. Lovely. And then again, lifting that top leg to hip height and 2 taps in front, lift it up, 2 taps behind. And again, we're thinking the inner thigh. I suppose thinking inner thigh, then outer thigh when we lift the leg. So it's trying to find as much length and straightness in the leg as possible, keeping the body as stable as we can in that nice long line. Very nice, good. That's lovely. Oh, you're making it all look so effortless. Oh, I'm very jealous. Fabulous. And then finish the one you're on. And I can't remember, have we done the bottom leg lift? I've gone completely blank what we've done this side. Have we done squeezing up the inner thigh? Okay, we'll do that then. So lift and lengthen the top leg, thank you. Sorry about that, it's obviously too late for me. And then squeezing up the inner thigh of the bottom leg and placing it back down. So imagine someone's pulling that top leg away from you. And then keeping the bottom leg as straight as you can, squeezing it up and placing it back down again. That's it. Absolutely lovely. Good. And we'll have 2 more. Final time. Give yourselves a little bit of a wiggle. Come back up to sitting. You'll be pleased to know we're running out of time, but before we do, I'll do the saw because I love that. And then we'll finish with a dog, a cat, and some stretchy. So it won't be long, don't fret. Nice and tall, arms either side of the outside legs, breathing in to rotate. Breathe out, nod the chin, tummy button draws into the body, reach for the little toe, keeping the other bum on the floor. Breathing in to restack, breathing out to center. Breathing in to rotate, breathe out, nod the chin, curl forward, reach for the little toe. Breathing in to restack, nice and tall, and center. So all the time, think of those shoulder blades at the back kissing, tummy button draws in, keeping both bottom cheeks on the floor. So if you can't reach your little toe, that really doesn't matter at all. You can put a hand down behind you to help give you a little press forward if you wish, but it is optional. That's it, shoulders down. Really keep that focus of the scapula kissing at the back to keep nice width through the front of the body. Keeping both bum cheeks on the ground, using your breath to help you, spiraling up towards the ceiling every time you come to sitting. One more to each side. That's looking very lovely. Good. And then when you finish, give your legs a little shake. Come onto your hands and knees. And we'll finish with our dog and our cat and a little side bend because they have to be done. They're so good for us. So again, scapula kissing to make sure the shoulders, upper shoulders are away from the ears. Double check where your feet are. They should be in line with your knees. Keeping the back where it is, just extend one arm and leg, either keep it on the floor or lift it up behind you. You don't want to lift it too high that your back arches. You want to keep your tummy drawn into your body, keeping the abdominals engaged. Gaze is just in front of the hands. That's it, lovely. This is such a good one for the back. That's it, Mandy. Good. So you're changing each time, Mandy. You don't have to hold it there forever. That's it. One more on each side. And then come back to that quadruped position and we'll finish with a cat. So again, starting with a nice flat back, just gaze in front of your fingers. Then think about tummy button drawing into the body, which brings the pubic bone curling into the body. And then you lift and arch the upper middle back, then the upper back, and finally the head drops between the arms. Breath in to hold here and unpeel from the tailbone first and soften through the spine until the head has to come up last. And again, breathing out, curl the tailbone. Imagine someone's walking their fingers all the way up your spine until your head drops. Breath in to hold. Breathing out, unpeel. Piece by piece by piece until those scapula come for a little kiss again and your head lifts. And we'll do one from the middle. So imagine someone's got their hands around your waist, drawing you up so your head and tailbone drop at the same time. And then they softly put their hands on your back to flatten it out. And do one more of those. Really feel a beautiful stretch. That's it. Lovely. When you've finished, just tuck your your toes underneath you. Walk your hands to your knees and gradually roll up to standing. You can keep your knees bent. Head comes up last. Piece by piece by piece. And we'll finish with a side bend. So excuse me, you can't see my head, but literally we will just slide one arm down the sides of our body. Imagine you've got a pane of glass front and behind. If your shoulders allow, bring your arm up and overhead. Then bring the underneath arm up to meet it. Come to standing. press away to feel really nice and tall in the middle. And we'll do one more the other way. Again, keeping both feet nice and earthed onto the floor or your mat. Reach overhead if your shoulder is happy. Feel that lovely stretch on the outside, underneath arm comes up. Reaching for the ceiling. Pressing away to feel beautiful and tall, relaxed. And you're done. Thank you so much indeed. I will just turn this off.